and welcome. Today is an interesting foundation review day. I have a mini size of the Benefit Hello Happy Flawless Brightening Foundation. Benefit is not sold here in Finland in stores. The closest one is Viking Line, the cruise ship going from Helsinki to Stockholm. But I ordered this online from Selfridges. The claims in this foundation is that it's medium coverage liquid foundation. There is SPF 15 and it's supposed to be brightening foundation. They say that there is photochromic pigments in it, which usually means that there is this optical illusion of brightness in this product, and also flower acids to help boost radiance. I don't know what that means in reality. And hyaluronic acid to give moisture and keep skin hydrated. So it seems that this is a foundation which is targeted for more to the dry normal skin, maybe a bit dull skin tone also. I checked from their website, they had 12 shades, so not a very wide shade range. And I purchased this mini size. There is 10 milliliters in this mini bottle, and I got the shade 1, which I usually am the fairest in this kind of shade ranges. But that's it. Let's go to the application and first impression, so you can see how this foundation behaves and how it applies on my skin, and then I will check in during the day how this wears on my skin. Okay, let's begin. Even this mini one has a pump and glass package or bottle, which is very much appreciated. Well, it almost works. Just to difference, these both are 10 milliliters. So this is way too big package if it fits in this package as well. Someone is now too small or too big. Primer, I don't know. I always use this Guerlain Meteorite primer when I test my foundations. This is the one I know how it behaves on my... I hope you can see there is still a little bit sun coming from the my left, but we can live with this. Oh my, the shade is really fair. I did test that other foundation in shade 1 and that wasn't this light. I need to swatch this together to see if they are actually the same shade or not, because this is very light. It looks beautiful. Usually my forehead is the one which tells the truth immediately. Most foundations which are too dry for me look dry instantly, and this looks healthy and moisturized, so first impression is really good. Sometimes foundation, especially this kind of not so dry foundation, they don't stick to my nose. I really need to do a lot of tricks to make it stick. If you want to see a video of my 101 tricks how to make foundation stick to your nose, let me know. This has a little bit of that problem, and I already can see that I need to use pore filling primer with this, not because my pores look bad, but this has the it doesn't stick to my pores, and it kind of leaves, it doesn't fill my pores totally. It's so thick that it kind of covers my pores, and then when I move my nose, the pore kind of opens and there is that little black hole in it, which I absolutely hate. And that's why I need to really press this to my skin. It's supposed to be medium coverage, and I can say that it's close to medium. It's kind of light medium or low medium coverage. It does build up a little bit, but not awfully lot, so it's kind of, you get a light coverage to maximum medium, and that's it. It goes very smoothly on these dry areas and kind of disappears totally. But on my T-zone, especially on my chin and next to my nose, which are the problem areas, it kind of doesn't stick to the skin. So I try to add a little bit more now that it has dried. It does let this redness peek through, which I'm not happy about. It makes this nose and chin area look pinky gray, which sometimes happens with fair skin types and light skin or the foundation. I definitely need to use some kind of color correcting concealer to even out these shade matches. And it does grease quite easily. I noticed that I did get some greases on my forehead, which usually don't happen. I'll put a little bit of concealer and rest of my makeup and all that good stuff on, and I'll come back with my next thoughts. Okay, I have now rest of my makeup on, and I forgot to say that when I started this video it was 11:15 and now it's 11:30, so this foundation has been on for roughly half an hour. I don't like this foundation. Yes, it does look good now, but there is things that are happening which I don't like, and because I have foundations which don't do that, I probably am not going to use this anymore. First thing, it does oxidize quite a lot actually. I can already see that there's a line in here, and in the beginning this was lighter than my skin tone and now it's darker, so that tells you a lot. I think I'll do a swatch with the fresh foundation and foundation that's been on for a little while here, so you can see what happens. Here are the two Benefit foundations in shade 1. This is the brightening foundation and this is the flawless blurring foundation. And these swatches have been on my skin for 15 minutes now, and now I have here a fresh pump from this brightening foundation, so you can see the color difference. This is right when you apply it and this is 15 minutes after it, so it does change color quite a lot. Let's check the other foundation as well. So here is the one which been 15 minutes and I have a fresh pump from the flawless blurring foundation, and this is thinner formula, but there is also a change in shade. So all these are, this is same foundation, these are same foundation, so both of these change color quite a lot. The blur foundation not so much, but this brightening foundation really gets at least 2 shades darker, so just keep that in mind. Another thing was that immediately when I stopped recording this application part of this video, I noticed that it had caked on my mouth area quite badly. It looked really patchy, cakey. Some areas were almost without foundation and some areas it really clinged to some areas badly. Forehead and cheeks were looking good, and also my nose surprisingly, but this upper lip area and on my cheek. I was able to fix the problem with concealer. I used the Camouflage concealer from Essence. This is quite creamy concealer, so I hope that the cakiness would kind of melt with this concealer, and it did that pretty well. There is just a little bit of that cakiness still left, but nothing major, nothing you would notice if you were standing next to me. I didn't powder my cheeks and it does look beautiful, and there is that kind of brightening effect which was visible in the first application. I would now say that this is for dry skin. I had problems even with my dry combination skin, so I'm very curious to see. The nose is my oiliest area, so if there's problem with that, that will happen during. But that's it. I'll check up with you later. It's now 4:30, so this foundation has been on for 5 hours. And as you can see, nowadays I'm wearing glasses, so we can check also the result, how it goes. I just checked from the mirror that I am getting a little bit oily on my nose and my chin. Not so much, though it might be also that otherwise my skin does feel surprisingly dry, considering the fact that there is hyaluronic acid and it's supposed to be kind of brightening, and the consistency of the foundation was quite creamy like, so I expected it to be more moisturizing, but it's still looking very, very good, almost exactly as it was after I applied the concealer and powder. So lasting power seems to be really very good, and I did check that of course it has rubbed off from my glasses where the pads are, but not so much as some other foundations, so it seems to be doing quite well with the glasses as well. But it's not feeling good, it's feeling a bit dry, and the troubles with the applications, I still feel like that I don't like this foundation, but I have to admit it does look good at this point of day. It's even, it hasn't moved, everything is on place, and it's been 5 hours during summer weather when I am a bit more oilier than usual, so far so good. I'll check up in that evening again, so we'll see how it goes then. Hello, it is now 7:30 here, so the foundation has been on for a long time, 8 hours, yeah, something like that. There has been a little bit of change since I checked in late last time. The cakiness is back, for example, and it has kind of smeared off strangely from the area which originally had some problems. So for some reason, sorry, my camera is doing something straight. For some reason it has now started moving, and again I can see the red toned skin quite easily, and it's not anything pretty. Still my dry areas look very good. It's still the same, so cheeks and forehead, basically nothing has changed since I applied it. A little bit of oiliness because I went outside for a while a few hours ago. And again, my glasses did leave a mark, but they always do. It's way less than most of the foundations, so in that sense it's doing well. So overall, not my favorite, too tricky to use. It might be that with different primer it might apply much easier. I need to test it, but at least the first impression is not my favorite. I prefer the original flawless foundation from Benefit to this one. And if I want a brightening fine foundation, I have a lot of different options I like more than this. But to give you a little bit of extra something to the end, my cat is... there she is. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you have again questions, comments, anything, please leave a comment below. And now I wish you have a great day and see you next time. Bye bye.